Mind. So we say that in the mind, ignorance is there. In the mind, obstacle is there. In the mind, barriers are there. And also in the mind, peace, happiness, love, wisdom is there. Because once I awaken to the real self, I experience that permanent peace and happiness in the mind itself. So, what happens when your wash basin blocks? You have to remove the impurities. So, these impurities, here comes
I couldn't find the axis. It
here
was in the
me and meat. Where is meat? Why I don't see? Oh, here comes meat. So we were talking about obstacles, barriers on the path of meditation. What exactly is the goal of meditation? So, when you are into the highest state of meditation, the knowledge of the reality descends into the mind, and you say, "Oh, I have been fooled all my life. Why I have anxiety? Why I have stress? Why I have grief?" Now, I'm saying to myself, not to you. How dare I can say to you? So you realize that mind has created these barriers. Whose mind? Your mind. So based on that, Patanjali, the master, says we covered Vyadhi, physical illness, in detail, disorder and disease. In that, do you still remember it's a more of a psychosomatic? The modern science says 90% of our illnesses at the physical level caused by the is of the psychosomatic origin, relationship between the body and the mind. Second obstacle is dullness. I left dullness almost 30 years back. My master used to say, "How dare you feel dull? From where this dullness comes?" So understand first part that it is a false notion created by the mind in the mind that is causing the dullness. There is no other reason. No, no, why don't you understand? I feel heaviness in the body and the mind. Check your mind, challenge your mind. Let me check my physical weight. Did it increase? Sunshine. Next one, the doubt. Doubt. Indecision. Longer the beer, longer the suspicion. So there is another saying, longer the beard, greater the wisdom. But then we are insulting the women. So, like this, you see, there are 100 types of suspicion in our life. Doubt, suspicion. What my honey is doing, let him or her do whatever they are. Bill Gates just made a statement, 27 years of loveless life. Are you fool? You waited for 27 years? Now, how can I say that he is a fool? But I have to understand this. I have to understand my own mind. No, I know you might be thinking you do not understand. I carry the burden for so many years. Don't say that. You're doing meditation. Change that false notion. Why? Why it is a false notion? Why it is a loveless life? Because I do not find the love within myself. That is why it is loveless life. Are you understanding? I did not find the love within myself. I do not love myself. That is, my life is loveless. Again, if your mind is saying, no, you do not understand my life, don't say that. Change that wrong notion. Change that. Don't be so serious. The next obstacle is pramad, carelessness, negligence. So never be careless about your own life. Be totally careless about others. But the problem is that if you are extremely careful about your life, you will definitely be careful about others also. Because it has changed your false notion. Second, the next one is alasya, laziness, indolence, sloth. And now we come to the next one, which is known as avirati. It is very subtle. Understand this clearly. So listen to all the 9 obstacles every day and find out which obstacle you have more in quantity and quality. Tell me next week. We'll find a way to solve it. So the next one is known as avirati. Avirati means at the physical level, at the outer level, you have a total control of your life. It used to happen in India. I used to knock the door of my students, and the couple is fighting. And the moment, oh, sir has come, they used to tell me, sir has come. And then they used to sit together very close. I said, don't make a love in my presence. And I know the truth. So, what I'm saying, outer level, you maintain everything goody goody, but internally, the mind is craving for desire fulfillment. It has lot of care and concern and reaction. You are not able to empty your mind from that craziness inside you. But outside, because we are intelligent, we are able to hold back the mind. Do you see how much I know about you? This is Eastern wisdom. It opens up everything. Uh, the person remains deeply attached to people, things, objects, false notion, even when he is not engaged in the activity of pleasure seeking in the world outside. I'm not going deeper. You guys are intelligent. You should know yourself. If that is there, what happens? It divides the personality. We talk about split personality. We are already living into that. Are you getting it? Don't do that. It harms you much more than it harms anyone. This is a Sanskrit term. It is known as avirati. You see that avirati, virati, virati. So avirati. So rati means attachment with the objects and people. So when you add the prefix virati, it means you are unattached to the things and objects. But when you add another prefix, avirati, means I'm not able to dissociate myself with the people and things I'm attached. Internal. Outwardly, everything is goody goody. Huh? When we meet, we have a bigger smile, and after meeting, the smile disappears. One of the many sins. Don't do that. Don't do that. The moment the mind does not have the intense desire for the pleasure, still I'm not able to detach from them. My mind is constantly thinking about it. I believe you might have experienced these states at times in your life. That will destroy meditation. You will not be able to succeed in meditation. Why? Goal of meditation? Entering into the highest level of permanent peace and happiness. Avirati. So when you start examining, and is sitting in front of you, but internally mind is holding, but mind also wants. Mind is holding, mind wants. Do you see that? Don't tell me, but I know we all have experienced that state many a times. So sometimes the ego pulls you down, sometimes the attachment, sometimes a lot of other unnecessary anxiety, duality, and a conflict. Say, yeah, I think that much is good about avirati. Another is Bhranti Darshan. Bhranti Darshan means delusion. So I constantly live into the state of delusion because of the false notion. And I have told you hundred of times, perhaps, what is delusion, what is not true appears true. It is opposite knowledge of a thing, object, and person. When people knows that it is wrong and opposite knowledge, still they follow them. One-sided love. You see? Same thing, the delusion. It is one of the greatest obstacles that causes hallucination, imagination in the mind. Hallucination. You already know it. Majority of people who Majority of the people who are meditator and still hallucinate their experiences. Oh, I saw a great violet red color. Better to see it with eyes open. Why you see in meditation? See in Why you want to see in meditation? We have to be very clear, logical. Knowledge should be there. So now there are two parts of that. So sometimes we are obsessed with a particular color and we hallucinate those colors every time in meditation. One aspect, negative aspect. What is positive? That you experience these colors and visions because your mind is becoming subtler and subtler. It is going deeper. Provided you do not stick to a particular vision or particular experience every time you practice meditation. Did you understand that? Let them come. I have a vision, share the experiences, finished and gone. Don't try to hold on to it. When you want to hold on, oh, yesterday I had a clear vision of red, violet color, and today I don't have. It means, I'm going down. No, definitely you are going down. You want to listen it. Every meditation is a unique experience. Every day, every time you practice meditation, mind lives in different states. Do you see that? That is how our masters explain. You see, understand one more part that's very important. The seed. First is the seed. Then it sprouts. Means sprout, not sprout, but it germinates. Means it is still under the soil. Now it is sprouting. So you can see the sprouting above the ground. And then it becomes the tree. Four stages. I have divided the entire growth of a seed in four stages. Now you have millions of impressions of the wrong notions about people, about yourself, that is lying in the form of a seed. Where? In the mind. We say it is a reservoir of karma, reservoir of these impressions. They are lying down. How can you say? How can I say? I can give you 100 examples. You are talking in love and care with the honey, talking, and suddenly you flare up. How dare you say that? Seed has just become the tree. Do you see that? Remember, understand this. What I'm talking about? Huh? Bhranti darshan, the delusory experience. So the seed form, it is totally at the unconscious level. We are not aware of it. Master says until you release completely, you empty those impressions by regular practice. And different methods I'm employing, I'm using that. So it helps you. So we do not know. So now we get, my mood is upset. I don't want to talk to you, honey. For me, the word honey applies to everything, a person also, in relationship, to an object, to an event, to a thing. So don't take I'm only talking about couple. So second level, you you don't feel you have some little bit of sensation, germination. That also we ignore. I'm upset, coffee is there, but I don't examine myself. Take coffee, but at the same time, while making the coffee, you try to examine why the hell mind you are upset. Who made you upset? There is no reason. You wake up in the morning and you're upset. You wake up in the morning, it becomes a bad morning. Now, do you understand that how the meditation you have to live into meditative life? It is not only 1 hour every week, but you have to live your life consciously. Now it becomes the sprout. What is that sprout? My mind has one opinion about Charlie, about John, about me. So I stick to that opinion. This is the problem. Right? My mind says, Charlie cannot change. I can change. I have a liberty to change. And I have seen a particular habit of Charlie 10 years ago. So when I meet her, my mind follows that. Are you getting it? Look at this depth of understanding. And the fourth one, that current level we are talking, it is fully manifested the way we communicate with the people, things, and so these are the four levels, and every level has its own effect on the day-to-day life, in our attitude, in our behavior, in our action. Pranti, darshan, delusion. Now come to another alabdha bhumika. Is a Sanskrit word, alabdha bhumikatva. When you as a meditator, as a seeker, does not undergo experience the changes in meditation, you get upset, always thinking why they are not reaching, why I am not reaching to a stage. You start comparing your experiences with others. That creates another wrong notion. There is only one teacher. You all are students. They get the same instruction. Do you feel that I give a little more instruction to the Charlie or Sophie than John and Anne and me? It is the same instruction. So it is because of my mental state on a particular day gives me a variety of experiences. So I should stick on the regular practice of meditation rather than comparing myself with others. Let me share my experiences openly. I love the bhumika. That it is almost a kind of, I feel as if, I'm not getting, I'm upset. Huh? It is important for us as a seeker to interact with the teacher, share your experiences to know whether what are the changes taking place. You got it? Understand. Can I live into that state of awareness? I had a lot of challenges and knows everything about my life in US. Now what happens? Another obstacle. You have attained a particular state in meditation on a given day. You have all shared one. Today was wonderful. Today is not good. You said? Means the mind is not able to maintain the status quo. Rise and fall in meditation experiences is but natural. Why it is natural? Did I explain you the four layers of the impressions that is constantly working in the mind? So someday, seed impressions sprouts instantly at the time when you are doing meditation, and it leads you to frustration and failure. No worries. Let me do it again. I have heard, I have seen you, share your experiences, you get the audio file, do the practice again. And after doing the practice, at least for 5-10 minutes, start thinking, what happened now? Where my mind was going in meditation. So, in that process, it will help you to understand your own mind. You will be able to know whether it's a current impression, outer manifest level, just below that, the sprouted form that I feel, but still I'm not able to get out of it. Third level, the germination. Fourth level is the seed. So examine all the four levels. Oh, I had a jealousy against someone in the morning, and now I'm doing the meditation. That jealousy has already gone into the deep impression as a seed. And now that jealousy may block your meditative experience. Now, what it has to do? I'm doing meditation is different than being jealous to others. Jealousy is a wrong notion that we did not understand. So, whatever we do not understand, it creates an impression in your mind. And that impression is carried forward in day to day living. You look like giving a sermon like a religious leader. No, it has nothing to do with religion. I know what you might be thinking. There is no, I want to remove all the false notion that causes the obstacles on the path of meditation, and the goal is clear that I want to reach to the highest state of meditation so that I can release all these past impressions. If these impressions are not released, one do not succeed. Why? Why? Simple reason. The mind, we want a transparent glass. The nature of the mind should be like a transparent glass. Why? The real self is here, the mind is here, and the world is there. So when the real self passes through the transparent mind, Then it perceives the world, it knows the reality. But what is that impurities? They are the nine obstacles that blocks the mind. Now it is not transparent. It is what we say opaque. Yes, it is opaque. So when it is opaque, it is so simple. Pure, colorless glass. You put a red sheet, the light passes through, becomes red. What it means? Instead of red, huh? Say that it is jealousy. So it means the mind remains the same, but the content of the mind is jealousy. So it passes through the consciousness, passes through from one side. Now, here is the jealousy. You see a person, you are jealous of a person. That is what we say, the wrong notion. On the other side, you have the seed impression that you dislike a person, and the consciousness passes through a mind. It returns, it looks at a person. You don't feel something good about. I don't feel good about looking at this beard guy. So you see that? See? But I don't become aware. I don't become aware. I lose awareness. And when I lose awareness, then I see he, beard guy made me upset. No, you are so weak. It means I have a remote. I can make you upset anytime. See that? I can make you upset anytime. If I'm absent, you're happy. But I think about you, Sophie, and I click the remote. How? You start thinking about me, you get upset. You're so weak. You talk about the free will. You see, all these nine obstacles work at different levels. If we live unconscious and habitual life, we cannot get rid of it. I have to live from moment to moment. Mind, are you working on me? Hold on. I have to work on you. Mind says, I'm jealous of John. Mind, hold on. Why you want to be jealous of someone? He's living his life. I'm living my life. So these thoughts needs to be cultivated in day-to-day life. Give a break to these obstacles. I am dull. Okay, what do you mean by dullness? Mind, let me sit and find out. And you can see the life. Take a 360-degree turn, followed by the practice of meditation. It is one or more of the nine obstacles during the practice of meditation fails the meditation, frustrate you. Do you think I'm frustrating John and I'm not frustrating Sophie? I give the same instruction. No, just an example, John. Do you see that? Do you see? That needs to be understood clearly. If they continue to live, result is fear, anxiety, insecurities, frustration, blame, complain, reaction game. Again, mind becomes opaque. It does not go through clearly. It does not help you to move into that state of meditation. So you need to think of all the nine obstacle again in